Welcome back to Studio K. I'm here with Ozone Creations. Why don't you all introduce yourselves?
I'm Summer.
I'm Mac OC.
I'm Bakari.
Breezy to fresh.
How are you all feeling after that amazing set?
Rejuvenated.
I feel like $1,000,000.
Yeah.
I feel like a burger and fries. I feel good, bro.
It's really nice to have you all back here. I mean, I feel like everybody has made like an individual appearance, so it's cool to have you all without Obi and Chinwe. So not only are you widely praised throughout the Twin Cities, but each of you has gained national recognition for your work and ambition. Yeah. Can you share the origins of Ozone Creations and explain the symbolism behind the group's name?
Yeah, sure. So essentially, it's very multifaceted, but basically, I'll give you the short answer. Basically, the idea came from college students needing a place to create and knowing how hard it is to afford studio time and all of that. My house at Hamlin University was a space for creatives like Obi Original and Kuku Ka and Breezy Too Fresh himself here and Summer and Mac, everybody able to come over and create. And so having that be a rare thing, we wanted to be able to open that up to more people. And so basically having an establishment where we're free to create, where it doesn't cost so much, where resources are being shared instead of competed over. Essentially, that is what the essential foundation of Ozone Creation was to be able to have multiple types of creatives be free to create. And Ozone, I like Summer's explanation of the ozone.
Give it to me. My explanation is ozone has layers and onions have layers. I'm kidding. That's from Shrek. But basically, we all had different types of music, and we realized that as a collective, we come as these African American kids that come from different backgrounds and need a space. And I grew up in Egan, so I'm like listening to pop music, and I'm like, I want to record pop music, and everywhere I'm recording, no one has it, and they offered me a space to explore that and never made me feel like I couldn't do it. So they gave me another layer, and I think we added layers, and now there's 6 of us, and there's 6 layers, so we're cute. And yeah, and we're creations. We make videos. We do all the stuff. Music, skits, everything. We do it all. So that's where it really establishes from in our immediate group.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. You know, what you guys have been able to do throughout the past couple years with your collective resources, ideas, it's been amazing. You know, and Ozone Creations is deeply rooted in Afrocentric art, blending genres such as Afrobeats, hip-hop, R&B, and soul, and on. So how do you all incorporate elements from each of these genres into your discography to create an authentic sound?
Stealing. I say it all the time. Stealing. Like, if you're around so many major, and beautiful artists and you see the art that they're doing, it's hard to just not try and add to your own stuff. And I came into the group and I didn't even do Afro music. I was just rapping and R&B, maybe, whatever it be. But being around them and seeing people like a Bakari, like a Summer, that's like your first instinct is not to go in there and do Afro beats, and that's not even your main genre or what you want to do for real, and you're in there making an incredible Afrobeat song, an incredible R&B song, and then a pop song the next day. Like, it pushes you to be a better artist in yourself and try and incorporate different elements of it because you see such greatness around you, so it just makes sense.
For sure, and it's stealing as in being inspired by, for sure. Just to clarify, we get inspired. No, for real. When we get in the studio and Mac does something, it's stealing technically, but it really at the root of it is inspiration, because it's what he's doing, I want to incorporate into my artistry, and no matter what I do, it's not going to be what he does, but it's going to be my own rendition of it. So that's what we really have a safe space to do, is just be able to influence and be inspired by each other, which is really cool. And that's part of the Ozone Creations aspect too, is that we try to pay homage to all of the popular music that we hear now. Most of those roots come from Africa, and so by being a pop artist, by being an Afro artist, by being R&B artist, by being a rapper, we're all paying tribute to Africa. So 100%, that's how we try to incorporate that.
Yeah, not to mention, I think there's a purity that comes from creating without boundaries, really, without walking in a place and saying, oh, just because I'm a rapper, I have to rap on something. You know, Ozone has been very inspirational and uplifting with the idea that you have every opportunity to recreate yourself and your sound. And that's why it's the most authentic, you know, because humanity is duality. So you're not going to get the same Bakari out the next track you get, you know, and vice versa for all of us. So
I'm hot. I'm so sorry. Do you have a piece of paper I can fan myself?
We can find
I'm so sorry.
We're on it. Don't even worry.
Sorry.
All the listeners, don't even worry.
Yes,
we are
please.
getting.
We done
a piece of
turned up the
paper.
temperature in the Radio K studio, everybody. We're sorry. We're sorry.
So we briefly touched on this. You know, an important aspect of your collective is your shared philosophy, which includes the power of collaboration, experimentation, and the fearless self-expression. So how have these ideas influenced your creative process?
Absolutely. Summer, do you want to talk about that with your new upcoming project?
So I think philosophies change, and the best part about change is that you need support. And in a group like this, I get to have the support of like this is kind of what I want to do, but I'm not sure about it. And having a second opinion is always good. You don't have to take it, and they don't take it to heart if I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. They're like, okay, well, try this, because sometimes it's easier having someone see your potential that you aren't seeing or understand it, you know? So for me, it feels like I'm, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm searching for something that I don't have to look for. And it's right here. And it helps me create in a safe space, in a secure space, where in what Breezy said, without boundaries, without feeling like I'm going to be judged or I'm going to be ridiculed, or, you know, even like, you know, making personal music, or I'm not going to be judged about this, what the song's actually about. It's all about the music, and it's about the feeling that it portrays. And the best part about me is I like to make people feel, and they always, you know, say a lot of words in their songs. I don't have a lot to say. I just like to sing, dance, and have a good time. And if I do get a little emotional, it's good to have a little backing behind me. Did I answer that right?
Yeah, literally. And like we just have, yeah, like she said, the freedom to create is just like something that's kind of rare, I feel like, because when you're going into a studio and you're paying for something, you know, that's you have to have a business mindset, and that's something we are very aware of, is having a mindset of always being a creative first, getting into the studio and having the freedom to mess up. You know, it's hard to mess up when you're paying $500 for, you know, 3-4 hours, whatever the heck it is. So, and also staying within a genre is limiting in the way that if we're creatives and we like to make other people feel, it's hard to make people feel with only one type of genre, right? We have so many different things you listen to. If you're going to the beach, you're listening to Afro. If you're at home and it's raining, you're probably going to throw on some, you know, R&B or whatever the heck it is for you, you know, but whatever it is, we have it for you. And so that's the best part about it, is that it's a one-stop shop for the audience, and it's also freedom for us to be able to create.
not to mention, personally, I just think it's really cool how all of it feels authentic. It doesn't feel like Summer's trying to be cool, you know, but people just find her cool. It doesn't feel like Mac is overly trying to like impress y'all, but he just does stuff that's impressive, you know? Like, I think the organic soul search and growth is something that I feel like is like uplifting in music, and it gives you the room to search yourself, you know, authentically, and not worry about what are people going to think about this. It's like I encourage them to think whatever they want about it. It's, you know, it's what it is.
Yeah, I really like the notion that change requires support.
Yeah.
And it's really great to see how much you guys have been there for each other to get to that point. You know, in 2021, your collaborative project titled Coup d'etat was released and positively received by fans and critics alike. How has this album played a role in your individual careers in the music industry?
I can't get away from it. I can't get away from it. I think what's just crazy is that we didn't think it was going to be as big as it was, because we were just like, we have to make a group album. We're official. Well, Mac just joined the group at the time, so we were like, we gotta beat everybody else. But then it ended up being this really good understanding project about beating the system and understanding that African American kids can make all types of music, and that's where that support came in. It was probably our first time collaborating in a supportive way, and we did not know people would take that like well. What is it? 18 songs. It's a lot of music on that one project, and people are like, "Where's the next project?" We're like, "Y'all got 18 still. Like, why do you need more music from us?" But we understand that when we work together, oh my gosh, the music just sounds different. And I think you guys heard a little taste of "Use Your Mind." That's such a new, relaxing vibe, and we're trying to show people a new generation, a new age of freedom. So, Coup d'etat was definitely. It gave first album energy. Yeah. It was so good, but we have so much more to give. You want to say something? Yeah.
For sure. Coup d'etat not gonna leave. Like that's the beautiful thing about it is how it's just so here to stay, and it's such a staple in all of our minds specifically. But like even it's beautiful to see this a staple in other people's lives as well, and like being able to hear that project. And every time we can go back and listen to that project, and I'm just so impressed with ourselves every single time. Like. I'm so like, wow. Every new listen, wow, we really did a great job with curating this project, and I'm just so proud of it. And it's cool to see how we can still go to shows, and it is 3 years later, and people are still, I need to hear this song off of. We can do Jiggy Mommy, and people are not tired of it. Like it's always a brand new thing, which is so beautiful. I love the whole concept of it, and you can't beat what's real, you know? So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. We were talking before the show. Who named it? Was it you, Bakari, or was it Obi?
It was Obi. It was Obi. I think he. Yeah,
Why
it was.
we blame it on you?
Because I'm French.
Because I'm French.
No, but Obi knew Bakari's French background, and I grew up with him, so he know a little bit of mine. So he was already like, "Wait, you need to give us something French to say." You know what I'm saying? So, but he already knew.
And basically, it was just the reflection that it's a bunch of kids that were coming into this music industry and coming into a lot of different industries. And like I was working at a school at the time, and now Summer works at a school. And like it's just about we were trying to get across that we're infiltrating the system in a positive way, not through violence, not through any of that, but with simply just a message and just through music. Just putting an 18-song album together with all of us from all different artists from Minneapolis already is like is a statement, because we all know how sometimes Minnesota music culture can be crabs in a bucket, but we're doing everything we can as Ozone Creations and so many other people like Radio K, Flavor World, Samambo World, so many different organizations that are popping out and that have been working, are turning it into monkeys in a barrel instead of crabs in a bucket. So, helping each other out. Everybody come exactly. So that's really what we're trying to do.
Yeah, taking pride in your work, in and outside of the studio is a very admirable thing. And it's really great. I mean, of course, seeing how fun it's been here to re-listen to these tracks all over has been such a good time.
Heck yeah.
So now I'd like to dive deeper into how you've all individually made an impact in the Twin Cities music sphere. So Summer, although you did not want to become a musician at first, your experience at the St. Paul Conservatory for Performing Arts proved to impact your decision. So tell me more about how Nathan Hemperdal and Lila Raleigh influenced your decision to write and create music.
Mr. Herfindahl, yeah, these are my teachers. First of all, don't be Nardwaring me like that. Don't ever talk about, you didn't want to be a singer.
There's my Nardwar moment.
I'm scared that they're going to walk through. Fan me, I'm getting hot. Okay. Well, they impact me, one, because I didn't learn what music was. They taught me music classically, so I got to learn music etiquette, which is don't eat before you perform, make sure that you talk nice to yourself before you perform, as well as don't get in your head when you perform, and everybody gets nervous. Those are like basic things. And Nathan Herfindahl taught me what it's like to be in a group setting, because he was our choir director, and taught me what it was like to work as a team, even though we're singing in unison. That was important. And Isla Raleigh is my first Black female teacher of music, and she taught me a lot of things about life in general, being in music and being a Black woman in music. And it feels like crabs in a barrel that only some of us can make it. And she taught me that is not true, and if you do it, people will follow. So that was good. But I'd never wanted to make music because at the time, I didn't write my own music. I didn't know how to write a song about personal things or how to feel. And I met these guys, and had a good time. Then got my heart broken a few times. and then the music started flowing and it just kept going. But I will say that I didn't want to be in Ozone, and they put me in the corner and they said, "Can you make a song with us?" And I said, "No." I said it for 3 months, and then finally Obi said, "I'll produce your whole album." My first project, and it was history ever since. And I love them. They're like my brothers, like home away from home. They're annoying, but I love them. You're welcome.
Nice.
To all of you. Yeah. Oh man.
This was also on another one for Summer. So being able to talk, with many artists of the Twin Cities, you've made a lasting impact with many, acting as a guiding voice. How do you support local artists, whether it be lyrically or musically?
Oh, I always make sure that when people are coming up to feel free to reach out, because that's what Ozone did for me. To feel free to ask questions and not feel judged, and because when I started, there was the venues ran everything. There was no Radio K looking for me. There was nobody really looking for me, and I met the guys, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna perform at the U of M, like for a fashion show," and I was like, "Really? Like, can I come?" And then they end up asking me to perform, and I said, "Oh, really?" Like, they were just willingly people that were just kind enough to give me the opportunity that they felt like they didn't really need, but to show my light and share the light. I said, I think I should do that, and I did that with a lot of other artists, and I see that it helped them and a lot of other models, a lot of people in Minnesota, because again, Minnesota, love my state, but it feels like it is very much so only some of us can win, and that is just very much so not true because we have so much talent here. Like, if only one of us win, I don't think the state would have much recognition because it's a lot of us. And also people seek guidance, and it wouldn't be fair for me to turn them away when you're seeking it. And I have the answers, so just give it to them, Yeah.
Yeah. So Breezy, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So you and Chinwei just released a new EP titled Up to Some under the name Boucher Boys.
Yeah.
So what made you both want to dive deeper into a more trap and rage sound?
Man, I mean, it's kind of like for some of the guys, me and Chi be around the kind of a little more rough around the edges, but we see like when they see us doing this, it kind of inspires them to like get up to something, you know what I'm saying? To like get on some motion, and like there are more positive ways to do it besides, maybe some of the less commercially agreed upon ways, but it's also like we kind of understand that. I mean, I got East Side ties and stuff with guys. They've seen me just grind my way out of the struggle. So just kind of making music to get the rage of that time out, as well as just kind of like open our palette, our platform, Like we said earlier, like we just love to create, and we don't limit ourselves to certain things. So just another way to find new talent, explore our talents that we already have, expand them, and put out some really cool music because we got some cool stuff coming out soon. So.
And one notable aspect about your writing is your pop culture references that often include anime and video games. So we have to hear them. What are your top 3 anime, top 3 video games all time?
He has the juiciest questions. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, top 3 animes. So I got to give ode to the OG, Dragon Ball Z. Some of the new cats don't really know the Dragon Ball Z trenches. So it's always going to be up there in my top whatever. I would give number 2. It's not really in order, but my second choice, Naruto. Naruto definitely raised me. It's crazy how a lot of his story in a weird like anime analogy fits my life too. So I was like, yeah, top tier for that. The last one, let's give I'm gonna give one of the new guys a mention that I've been watching. Man, it might be a toss up between Attack on Titan. Because Attack on Titan, man, sheesh, crazy. But I'll give an honorable mention to solo. Well, I mean, I love One Piece though. One Piece is definitely a GOAT up there. But me personally, right? One Piece, yeah, I definitely fell in love with it early, but it just got so long. You know what I'm saying? And I have the time. But I also just, with all these fast new moving animes, I like to watch the fast-paced stuff. So I've been watching Solo Leveling. I know it ain't really had enough time to like, but I feel like it's going to be up there. So, yeah. What was the other one? You said
Video games.
Video games. Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Anybody can come see me with the hands. You're not gonna do your man's in. I'm around here. They know about me. Smash Bros is there. Shoot, I'm a Madden guy. I don't know who still plays Madden. I know Madden's been kind of getting iffy reviews lately, but I'm still in the Madden. And shoot, let's do Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Yeah, those are mine. Those are mine right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm surprised to not hear one mention of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen, man.
Not one mention.
I almost put it before Solo Leveling.
Why you say that?
No, you take it. So, Bakari, you've also recently released a single titled Suffocate, which we were lucky enough to hear. So can you discuss its themes and what went into making the single?
Yeah, basically, it was. I really love the Arabic sonic palette. Like that's top 10, one of the most enchanting melodies that I listen to. So I really try to emulate that, and obviously with North African roots, I really try to get that across with my melodies as well. I just try to make others feel the way I feel when it comes to listening to that type of music and like getting the chills. So I try to incorporate all those types of melodies in my music. And so that's what the real premise of this track was to really just get that out. The subject is about suffocating because a lover's love and affection is comparable to oxygen. And so it's just like the cover is me and Summer, we be on the same track sometimes. How a lover's love is pretty much like oxygen, and when they're not there, it's like you're suffocating. So, it's basically trying to get that across and making it feel like you're in the desert and you're waiting for some air, waiting for that oasis, waiting for that person's love, really. And that's pretty much what the song is about.
Yeah. And Mac, you've also stayed busy in the studio releasing a single called Naked. And although you released an album in 2023, do you have any plans to release another anytime soon?
Another project?
Another project, more singles. What do you have in the vault?
I would love to. I would love to release more. And y'all heard an unreleased song now, Controller, that I'm really excited about, and I really want to work on some more and get perfect for it to be released. So, yeah, those are the main ones as of now, but more that I won't say until y'all hear it. So, that'll be it. For sure. For sure.
Yeah. So Ozone Creations in its entirety, acts as a voice, that celebrates the origins of underrepresented communities. And what advice would you give artists that may not have the means to create music but would like their messages to be heard?
Hit us up. Contact us. Like reach out to like-minded artists. Reach out to people like us that are out here trying to connect, collaborate, share resources because they're out there, and there's a lot more like-minded people out there than you would think. So I would just encourage people to go out there and go to shows, support other artists, because that's how we all really started, was just going out there and supporting artists. And then we found so many artists that were willing to support us. So it's like very reciprocal. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, we live in a world today where music is not like sports, Like when it comes to sports, it's something that is like, if you have the talent, nothing else really matters. As long as you can put that ball in the basket, you're going to get on the team, you're going to get opportunities. But music is one where you don't even need talent for real. Like, which is a good and bad thing, but it's like you can make something out of nothing with music. And that's such a beautiful thing to an extent now. And people can have their own problems with that, but it's like, it's such a beautiful thing to see that we're in a world now that somebody can set up their phone in their room and sing their song to the camera, and now they are on billboards tomorrow. You know, like it's just everything. Your life can change by just taking a simple leap of faith, taking a chance, and just try. Like everyone has opportunity, and the world is giving you opportunities to do certain things, and just go out and try and find your opportunities, try and find your chances, and always capitalize off it. That is the number one thing. If you go and you get opportunity to perform here, then at the lowest of the lowest spot that you couldn't imagine, make sure that you don't leave that room until you get another opportunity to perform somewhere even one step higher. Like that's just how you capitalize, and you take that step 100 times until you're at it. You'll see in a year and months, whatever it be, you'll be at a completely different spot, and just capitalize off of every opportunity you're given, because nothing's wasted in music, and that's the beautiful thing about it. So,
outside of opportunities, you have to really believe in yourself. And I know what it feels like first-handedly to like suffer from anxiety and like social anxiety, because a lot of people, because sometimes your stuff that you're making is weird. It's going to be weird. People are going to think you're weird. So what? If you like you and you like what you're going to produce, there will, like Bakari said, there will be people out there that are willing to support it. But if you don't believe in it, it's not going nowhere, baby. Just leave it in the shower. But if you believe in it, people will find you. People will come to you also. That happened to me. I told you 3 months. They kept asking. I said, why do y'all need me so bad? I needed them more than they needed me. So just put yourself in those spaces and take care of yourself, and it'll all come, really.
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback off of all the great stuff they said already. If it's just about having like a pull that you don't necessarily know if it's a calling or not. If it's just about like starting, you know, like, yeah, just find places to start. It don't need to be the most glamorous spots. You know what I'm saying? An open mic, a talent show at your school. You know, I started at very humble places. And I was not very good when I started. My brother was telling me all the time, like, bro, just shut up, you know. But he has, in turn, grown into one of my biggest supporters, you know. I started singing like alley cats, you know. And now I have people telling me I have a lovely voice. So it didn't start like that. It's just how you go. So just jump off the porch, man.
Yeah. What is up next for Ozone Creations? Where can we see you? Where can we hear you?
You're on my... Oh, sorry. What's up for Ozone Creations? Good music, good times, good cookouts. We're starting to make more private events to kind of get to know more people that are looking for those spaces. So again, when you find us, you found a jackpot, okay? More music, more fun, more therapy. Take care of yourselves. I think we all have to take care of ourselves. You guys specifically. Nothing's more important than health, but Black men's mental health is important too. And what else we got coming? Oh, me! Sorry, it's about me now. Yeah, and some little projects. You know, the Boucher boys, they got stuff. Obi and the Black Atlantics got stuff. Kari, Makosi, and then Summer herself has some really good stuff coming. A project called Good Grief, you know. I got it tattooed on me, so it has to be good. It will be, because I put my heart and soul into it. And it's about each stage of grief. So if you ever been through grieving, you'll hear a song that is calling out to you. I promise you. And you heard one. Love You is one of them. That was that first song that I performed. So that is one of us bargaining for love, if you know what that means. Yeah. Anything else?
We have events coming up in July, so stay tuned. And yeah, we have free therapy. It's going to be a body of work from Ozone Creations coming very soon, before the year ends. And we're excited to work with one of the best in the game, and you'll see when you see it. But it's gonna be beautiful. And we thank you guys for having us and being amazing as usual.
Thank you for coming to Ozone/Radio K, and we hope to see you again.
Banga.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us in the studio. This is Off the Record. I'm going to throw it back to the booth. Thank you very much.
Thank you.